Hey folks, so hopefully you can hear me. Last time I tried to set up a stream, it was delayed and laggy. Hopefully that's not happening this time. So anyway, I do see a problem with the camera. Give me just a sec. That looks better. Okay. Streaming, it's not an exact art. Well, it kind of is. Whatever. So, hi everybody. It's been like, I don't know, a month, I think, since I uploaded my last video. And I wanted you guys to know that I'm not like disappearing or something. So I thought I'd give you guys a quick hint into what's been going on in my life for the past month or so and why I haven't been uploading a lot of videos. First of all, some really cool news. About 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, I finally hit 1,000 subscribers. So I wanted to say thank you to everybody who's hung out with me and this channel for like 2 years now. That I've been actually honestly trying to make videos and give you guys some decent content and turn this into a real thing. And I finally feel like I'm about to just actually become a decent YouTube channel. 1,000 subscribers isn't that big of a deal to you folks as viewers because a subscriber count is just a number. But what it does for me is it opens up. First of all, it puts me into YouTube's partner program, which means that I can get a little bit of a kickback on videos that I upload, and it means that I get at least a little bit of money out of YouTube. Again, that doesn't mean much to you, except that with some income from YouTube, I can actually turn that into content for the channel. The other thing it gets me is a little bit of, notoriety. 1,000 subscribers is sort of the lower limit from what I can tell. For vendors who want to work with YouTube channels. Now, it's not like I'm a huge channel at this point, but it does mean that I now have a number behind the name. So if I reach out to a vendor or if I want to work with somebody else, they don't just see some guy with 10 subscribers. They see someone who actually has effort into a channel. And that should open up some doors, hopefully, for SWBCrawler. I'm not saying I'm going to be on Trail to SEMA next year or something, but it is good. It's good for me. It's good for the channel, and hopefully it turns into, more opportunities to make awesome content for you guys. The other thing that's big news, actually, I guess quicker and easier to talk about first is I just got back from vacation. So I've been gone for about a week and a half. We had a Disney vacation planned forever now, and that finally happened. We just got back yesterday, and I'm back to work today. That was great. I mean, we had a great time with the kids. We had a great time with the family. Disney is just quite an experience for anybody who hasn't been and is thinking about going. Yeah, it's going to cost you some money, but it's such a fun time, and the kids had such a great time. It was just, all in all, a great trip. So obviously I haven't been doing anything with the channel in the past week, and it's like 10 days I think we were gone, just because I was busy with family, and that's important. I never wanted the YouTube channel to be like a job per se, something that I dreaded doing or something that took me away from my family. So there's going to be gaps like that where I'm away because I have a family. And I'm on vacation and whatever. Sometimes those vacations turn into content. In this case, not so much. I do have a habit of taking trips that involve the Jeep, and they turn into content. So, those happen from time to time. But in other news, and possibly more important news, and this is really the core reason why I've been missing from the channel for a little while, I got a new job. Any of you who know me or have caught any of the hints that I've dropped over the years on this channel, for about 10 and a half years, I worked for a small liberal arts college here in Pennsylvania. You probably know, if you've watched the channel for any amount of time, I work in IT. I'm a sysadmin, or I was a sysadmin. Um, I take a lot of pride in the work that I do, and I'm very passionate about what I do. And the college and I, things were working okay, but I had a couple disagreements with the direction they were going, and we decided, I should say I decided, that it was time to part ways. And I found a great opportunity at a company that I've wanted to work at for a very long time. Now, some people may find that weird that there's companies that you want to work for, because a lot of people treat the day job as just a day job, and it's a thing they have to do, not a thing they want to do. Well, I've treated my career differently from that. Pretty much my entire career. I've had jobs that I've hated, but all of them have been within my field, and they've all been things that got me to a certain end. And at this point, that end is that I'm working for a company based in North Carolina called Red Hat. And anybody who is familiar with IT might recognize that name. They're a software company. They produce a product called Red Hat Linux, and many other things. Red Hat Linux is sort of their core thing. I don't want to bore you guys with too much geek speak, but you see this red fedora that's behind me on the wall that I got for getting hired. That sounds odd, right? That they issue hats when you're hired, but it's that sort of place. There's this really cool culture there. It's a very open culture, and it's a very passionate culture. And because of that, people are proud to work there, and that's why things like the hat they issue are kind of a big deal for people like me that have wanted to work there for a long time. Again, this may not make any sense to a lot of you folks because, there's not many people that make a goal of working at a certain place. But this is literally probably 20 years ago. I first decided that I wanted to try to work for these people. And working at the college, I kind of lost sight of that because things were pretty good there. And not until the last couple years that I was there did I decide that it was time to start looking around. And lo and behold, a opportunity at Red Hat came along. So here I am. I started there at the beginning of October. I had to go to North Carolina for training, so I was gone there for the better part of a week because I had to drive down to North Carolina from Pennsylvania, and then I had to be there for orientation for 2 days and then get home, and then there was other things going on that week related to the new hire, so there was no chance I was going to be producing content during that week. And then since then, I've been just really busy getting ramped up in the new position. I still haven't learned everything I need to know to be a fully fledged employee because there's just a lot to learn. The position that I've taken is called the Technical Account Manager. And I won't bore you too much with exactly what that means, but basically I'm like a technical extension of a customer's team, right? So customers of Red Hat that use Red Hat software can subscribe to a service called the Technical Account Manager. And what we do is we help them, better use the software that Red Hat sells. That's really the highest level that I can give you about how this works and what it is that I'm going to be doing. But again, all that is aside. What I can tell you that will matter to the channel is I get to work from here in my home office now, instead of having to go an hour away all day long to work in an office, that is staffed by a bunch of my coworkers. I don't mind working in an office, but to be honest, commuting just sucks. And it puts a lot of miles on my Jeep. As you might remember, I had a Patriot for a long time that I was using as a commuter vehicle, and I decided to get rid of it because I was tired of having too many car payments. So I've been on sort of a mission to eliminate debts in my life, and that's one of those things that went. The new position, of course, comes with a higher pay rate or higher pay grade, along with the other benefits of being able to work remotely and whatnot. That's all good stuff. That'll help me get to the goal that I've set for myself, which is to be debt free. So those are all very good things that will hopefully come relatively quickly now that I've switched jobs. And also, working remotely means that I have more time to spend with my family and more time to spend on projects like SWBCrawler. Now, SWBCrawler isn't my only creative outlet, so don't expect me to be producing a video a day or something. But I'm hoping that I can get back on the one a week cadence that I've always tried to maintain, even though I don't always hit it. I'm going to shoot for at least 2 to 4 videos a month, and that's kind of what I've always done. If you look back at my history of videos, you'll see that that's really the case. So yeah, that's really the big changes that have been going on lately, and that's why I've been a little absent. I hope you'll forgive me. I did want to take a few minutes to talk about things that are upcoming for the channel, things that I hope to be working on soon, especially now with the additional time that I've got and hopefully a little more free money to put into the channel, not from the partner program, but just from the increase in my income. One thing I've wanted to do for a very long time is work a little more on the fabrication side of my Jeep. And you've seen me on the channel build some things. You've seen me use a welder. You've seen me, tack things together and do sort of break fix things with my talents. I have built things in the past. I've actually fabricated things. Nothing crazy. But what I really want to do is start to up my fabrication game. I've been welding for like 15 years. Not crazy professional. I'm not trained or anything. It's all been self-taught. But what I hope to do is improve that by getting some better equipment. I'm not going to rush out and buy a $10,000 welder or something, but I am going to go out and try to get some. I've been welding with a wire-fed flux core MIG welder forever. And what I want to do is switch to a wire-fed gas-shielded MIG. And my welder already supports it. I just need to go get the gas and figure out how to use it. So I'll probably have some content on me doing that. There's going to be some trial and error there, I'm sure. There's going to be some wasted gas and some bad welds. But hopefully it'll turn into some decent content for you guys. Once I have that worked out, I am going to take a stab at building from scratch a front bumper for the Jeep with integrated tow points and with an integrated winch plate. And then if I can swing it, I'm going to try to get myself a winch finally and mount it on said bumper. If that all goes well, then I'm going to basically, I've got a couple other projects in mind that I want to try to work on and improve my skill with my new welding capabilities. And at the end of it all, my goal here is that I want to try to design and build my own link suspension for the LJ. It's not going to be tomorrow. It's not going to be next month. It'll probably be a little while out. In the meantime, I'm going to keep wheeling the Jeep just the way it is, obviously with whatever improvements I can make over time. But my goal here is a 4-link rear for the LJ and probably a 3-link for the front. I'm not going to go out and buy a kit. I'm not going to go spend money on somebody else's engineering. I'm going to learn how to do this, and I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to build links. I'm going to design the suspension. I'm going to build a truss. If I can swing it, maybe I'll swap better axles in at the same time. My dream would be to put in some JK Rubicon axles with the link suspension when I do it, but I don't know if that's going to pan out. People sell JK Rubicon axles for like $5,000 for a set. That's a little much for me, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But that's my hope. My hope is to up my game, to slap in some better axles, get some lockers and gears at the same time, get that slip yoke eliminator finally that I've probably should have bought years ago, new drive shafts and all, and really sort of up the Jeep's game along with my game. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. I've got, like I said, the bumper planned. I want to build a rack for the back of the Jeep. I may build a tire carrier to go onto the rear bumper that I've already got, things like that. And another thing that I'm hoping to do within the next year or two is start looking for a used vehicle to use as a tow rig. So I may have a series on trying to find a tow rig, trying to figure out what a good used vehicle is for towing, and maybe even buying a trailer. I don't know how soon that's going to happen because that's obviously a pretty big investment. And like I said a minute ago, or 10 minutes ago, my goal here has been for a couple years now to try to get myself out of debt. And buying a truck and a trailer is not a good way to do that. So I'm going to figure out a way to do that intelligently without making a mountain of debt out of it all. So we'll see how that goes. So really that's all I had for tonight. Oh, one other thing. I do hope to try to make a little more regular thing out of the crawlcasts that I was doing. I don't think I've made one of those since September. I have some ideas on what I want to do with it. Got some ideas for maybe some collaborations with other YouTubers to try to see if we can work together to do this. I think that'd be kind of fun. Bring in other YouTubers into this channel and maybe even get my name out on their channels through collaborations, through something like a podcast like the Crawlcast. So with that, I think I'm going to stop rambling for now. You guys, anyone who's watching this, thanks for tuning in. I hope that I haven't been too absent for you folks. Obviously, my subscriber count has gone up instead of down, so that's a good thing. And hopefully you guys can see some more and some higher quality, or maybe just some higher quantity content out of SWBCrawler in the near future. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.